Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and summer is officially upon us. It is hot, and what is something that goes perfect with summer when you're outside and you're looking for something nice and sweet to drink? It is a slushie, and that's why I want to show you this Ecoviva Slushie machine right here. Now, I'll leave a link in the description where you can find this on Amazon and you can get the best price for it. But in this video, I'm going to tell you how these functions work. I want to make some nice slushified treats with it, give them a taste test, of course, and let you know whether this machine is going to be worth your hard-earned money. So let me just run down this machine for you, all the different parts and stuff. Now, at the bottom, you have this drip tray, and that's going to be very important because right above it is the spouts where your slushie is going to be coming out of. This is just really easy to just slide out. This metal part comes off. You can just give that a clean, empty it out, and then you just slide it right back in. The other part that you have here is this handle. When you're ready to extract the slushie, you just push it forward, pull it forward, and that's going to release it. And then you also have this quick release chamber right here. You can disassemble it easily. You have this lever on the left side that you just simply lift up. It unlocks everything, and then you just pull it forward, and then you can have access to the internals. You got your bucket, your chamber here that you're going to put all of your stuff in. You have this plastic piece that I forget what the name of this is, but this is important. And then you have this part here that's going to be rotating and getting your stuff all nice and slushified. And when you're ready to reassemble it, you just simply take this part, stick it right back on here. There's like a little opening here where this metal part is going to go into the hole on this plastic piece. So you just make sure that that's fully inserted. Then take the chamber, slide the chamber back in, then take this lever and just move it right back down. And now it's locked in place. And on the top of this chamber is a door that you can just open and close at your leisure. And that's how you can assemble and disassemble this machine. It's incredibly easy to do, but let's start slushifying some stuff, shall we? So I got everything all cleaned up here and I am almost ready to go. But before I do, I want to show you some of these presets that are already built into the machine with default profiles to help you get started. So we have here a slushie option, followed by frappe, milkshake, spiked slushie, wine, and then there's a cleaning cycle there, and then there's a delay to start, just in case you want to put things in here but you don't want to actually start making your slushie or whatever it is that you're going to make until a period of time later. So you can delay start it, and this is a touch screen, so you just touch the option that you want. And then up here, you see this minus sign and this plus sign, and that is going to control the thickness of the drink that you want. So they already just sort of pre-selected for you, but what you can do is just hit the minus button to make it a little less thick, and then the plus button to make things more thick. And then you'll just sort of get an idea of what your preference is as you go along. And then here you also have some tips. You can keep this sticker on if you want to just look at it here, and then you can just see what each of these different drink options are supposed to be like. So wine beverages or beverages with high alcohol content, spiked slushie or beverages with low alcohol content, and also tells you about the control lock and what delay to start does. So if you feel like you don't need this, you can peel this sticker off, you can peel that sticker off, you can peel this sticker off right here, and you will be good to go. But I want to make a slushie, and I'm going to use the default settings for now. And I'm going to use some of this Ocean Spray Cran Mango Juice. Now there's a minimum of 16 ounces that you can put inside of here. I have more than that right here, so we should be good to go. And to put this in, we just have to take this part here and slide it down and pour everything directly into the top. So you see here, we got the minimum fill line there, and then there's the max fill line all the way up there for 64 ounces. So I'm going to start pouring this in to the top. So I am over the minimum fill line, so I'm just going to hit the slushie button right there. It's already flashing. Hit start. And I'm gonna let it do its thing, and we're gonna see how long it takes for things to get nice and slushy. And in case you're curious, for this particular bottle of juice, it does contain 26 grams of sugar. So it's been like 20-30 minutes and it's pretty much done. As you can see, it is nice and slush right now. And I am going to give this a try. So I've got my glass right here. You got to keep the machine running while you dispense it. And I'm just going to pull this down. Look at that. And check out that consistency. We got some thick, stiff peaks right here. See that? I'm just kind of like hitting it with my finger. I can rock it back and forth. All right, so let's see what this tastes like. This tastes exactly as it does inside of the original container. It doesn't taste like it's been watered down. It doesn't taste like it's been really icy, you know, to the point where you don't really taste the flavor of the juice. It tastes just like it did before, just slushy this time. But I'm going to finish this before it really starts melting, because as you can see, it's already started. Now, hot off the heels of that delicious slushie, I'm going to try a milkshake using the recipe that's inside of the instruction manual. This is going to be a chocolate milkshake. First, I had to prepare the ingredients. What I have already mixed up there is 2 cups of milk, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/4 of a cup of chocolate syrup, and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And now I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to dump it right into the slushie machine. And as you can see, that's going to give me just above 16 ounces, so good for 1 to 2 people. And now I'm going to go down to the control panel here, turn this on, and I'm going to hit the milkshake button. I'm going to keep it on the same level 3 thickness, and here we go. So this is the consistency after probably about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's apparently done, but I want this to be a bit thicker. So I bumped it up to level 4 on the thickness scale, and we're going to see how that turns out. But as you can just kind of sort of see here, it's definitely not liquidy. It does have a soft serve consistency, but I just want it to be a little bit thicker. All right, so it is done. Let's check the consistency of this. And I am going to pour myself a bit of this here milkshake. So here we go. All right, a little bit of a close-up of this so we can just sort of get a look at the consistency. So as you can see, it's not very thick, it's not watery, but it's definitely sippable through like a straw. Let me give this a taste though. It sort of tastes like a Wendy's Frosty, just with a little bit more of a chocolatey kick to it. But it tastes very, very similar to a Frosty. It's actually pretty good. So that went great. And I also tried to slushify some wine in here, like some flavored wine, and that worked out just fine as well. I just had to use the wine function on this machine and it turned it into slush just like it did the juice, and that worked out perfectly. One thing that I do want to advise you against is putting thicker ingredients in here, because I did try to make lemon drink in here, and that required combining some ingredients that included heavy whipping cream and milk and lemon juice and some other ingredients. And in the end, the mixture was quite thick. And although I was able to pour it in here and let it run, and it did get it nice and chilled, and it did thicken it up even more, and I was able to extract it just fine by pulling this down, it did make cleanup a bit of a pain because that thicker mixture was just clinging on to everything. So it made cleaning it more of a task. It wasn't difficult, but it's something that I definitely don't want to do again. So I would advise that when you're putting your liquids in here, if something is nice and liquidy, very nice and thin, that's going to be ideal. But thicker ingredients, you might want to steer away from when you are using this particular machine. Now, cleaning this is really easy too, especially if you're just going to be using this for just like regular juice or regular wine, nothing too crazy, because you can just fill this chamber with some nice hot water from your tap. And then there's a cleaning function on here that you can run. And then basically just treats it like it's doing a regular slushy cycle, but it's just going round and around and around with that hot water, getting all of that residue off of all the parts. And then you can just use this to extract all the wastewater out, and you can run that function 1 or 2 times depending on how thorough you feel that you need to be, and then it's just going to be ready for the next go around. But every now and then I would recommend just taking this off completely and just getting in there and cleaning it with some soap and water just to make sure you got all the sticky residue, everything out of the corners, so that you can make sure that it's nice and clean. And I also do advise that after you're finished using this and you're ready to put it up, that you don't wait too long to clean it, because you don't want those different sugars and stuff to spend too long in here and really get a chance to just kind of dry up and become harder to remove. So the quicker you get to clean this, the better it's going to be for you. So that is the Ecoviva Slushie machine. I think that something like this is really great for summer, especially if you are going to be entertaining a number of people, because you have got a nice sized chamber here that when you fill it all the way up to the top, you can get several pourings, nice sized pourings of your drink into glasses, so people can just keep coming back and forth and back and forth. And it does not take long for that to happen. Give it like 20 minutes standard when you're trying to slushify something from juice to wine, and it's going to be done. You just have to play around with the thickness settings in order to get the consistency that you want. And even if it is a little bit thick, since it's going to be summer, the moment you get outside and it starts to warm up, things are going to start to melt, but it'll still have that slushy consistency for longer than it would be if it were thinner to come out to begin with. So that's something else to keep in mind. But yeah, this is a fun machine to have. It appears to be nicely well made. This handle has a good resistance to it, so it's not flopping all around the place. And it's also easy to clean. So once again, if you're interested in this, I'll leave a link down in the description for you. So that's going to do it for now. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon.